Hey guys, welcome to today's Zoo to You, brought to you by MIFA on behalf of the U Fund College Investing Plan. We are here with our Kias for National Bird Day. And you can see they are getting some food and enrichment on the ground here. We have our female on the ground here. This is Jade. You can see she's enjoying some yummy egg yolk in her puzzle feeder. And then we have our male Toa up on the platform, also enjoying a snack for National Bird Day. Now you can see in their tray here that they have a lot of different food items. These guys are opportunistic omnivores, which means that basically they will eat whatever they can get their beaks on. In the wild, they eat a diet consisting of mostly roots, seeds, flowers, chicks and eggs of other birds, a variety of insects. Here at the zoo, they get some protein in the form of egg. See some hard-boiled egg there. They get some mealworms I see on top of that lettuce right there. I see some sweet potato and carrots and even some fruit like oranges and bananas. And it looks like they have some pellets that are full of vitamins and minerals and some biscuits as well. In the wild, they will also eat, even in the wintertime, they will eat prey on live sheep, which is crazy to think about. You don't think of these guys as being predators like that, but they will occasionally, if food is scarce, eat sheep as well in New Zealand. So these guys are found only in New Zealand, on the South Island. They are found in the forested and alpine regions, so kind of high up in cooler areas, and they are the world's only alpine parrot.
So Katie wants to know what that blue thing that Jade is eating out of is.
Yeah, great question, Katie. So this is a puzzle feeder. So Kias are very, very intelligent and curious birds. They actually, in studies, rank on par with chimpanzees, which is crazy to think about. They need a lot of different enrichment to keep them busy. So this kind of makes her work for her food, keeps her mentally stimulated so she's not bored. In the wild, they often, they're called clown of the mountains. So they will interact with people a lot. They're really curious about cars in general. So they will rip off windshield wipers of cars and also puncture the tires of cars with those big curved beaks. And they think that is hilarious.
We also got another question. Do they hunt in a big group?
So these guys, they are gregarious, so they will form flocks of 10 to 15 individuals. They will probably look for food together, or individually. During breeding season, they will break off into monogamous pairs, and then the male will find food for the female and feed her while she's on the 2 to 3 eggs that they typically lay, and then the female will feed the chicks in turn, and then eventually the male will start feeding the female and the chicks together. So they work together. They probably do find food together in their flocks or in their monogamous pairs. So these guys, they're being really quiet right now, but they have a lot of different communications, as you might expect from such an intelligent parrot species. They have a ton of vocalizations, including a screech, which you can hear at the zoo here. If you didn't know any better, you might think it's a small child screaming, as I used to think when I first started here at the zoo. They will warble, they will trill, they will chatter, mew, and whistle. And they're very playful. They'll make different play vocalizations with each other. You see Jade is really curious about her water bowl. It's quite cold here, especially yesterday, so her water bowl is frozen over, so she's just investigating that and probing it with her beak. She's kind of gotten bored with her puzzle feeder at the moment and hopping her over to the other portion. Toa up there is still snacking on his food. So these guys are not super old. They're about 8 and 9. The parrots can live quite a long time. The oldest recorded Kia in captivity was about 50 years old. but in the wild we don't really know what their natural lifespan is. Unfortunately, these guys are endangered, and that's mostly due to human influences. Because they do occasionally eat sheep, and sheep is a big source of economic revenue in New Zealand. Farmers have poisoned them or shot them because they are considered a threat. Whoop. You see Toa just threw a piece of looks like kale down into Jade's tray. So they are poisoned or shot sometimes. Unfortunately, they are struck by cars. And there's a recent estimate, about 7,000 to 9,000 individuals left in the wild, and they are again only found on the southern island of New Zealand. So you might
just had a few people join us recently. Can you just remind us what animal we were seeing this morning?
Yeah, guys. So we're here for National Bird Day, and we are looking at our kias, which are a large parrot species that are found only on the South Island of New Zealand, and they are the world's only alpine parrot. So we are looking at our two kias. We have in the front here, we have our male named Toa, and then in the back we have our female named Jade. And like I said, there's only two kias here, but they will in the wild flock in 12 to 15 individuals. You see they're having a nice snack. Just to remind you guys, these guys are omnivorous, so they will eat just about anything, including bugs and egg and fruit and vegetables. So they have a really nice balanced diet, and they eat much better than I do, that's for sure. They also have some other enrichment items in their enclosure because, like I said, they are very, very busy and intelligent animals. They have a pumpkin over there in the corner. They have some broken ice from yesterday when it was very cold. And they also just enjoy throwing their food around and using those blue puzzle feeders to kind of keep their beaks and minds busy and out of trouble. They are troublemakers and love to destroy things and steal from people in New Zealand. I saw a picture of one carrying a Coke can in its beak off to who knows where.
Holly would like to know how big they are, what their wingspan is.
Great question, Holly. So their wingspan, I'd say about 3 feet when their wings are fully outstretched. What you can't see underneath their wings, which is really beautiful, is they have a very striking, bright orange coloration. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll see Jade or Toa here kind of jump up and spread their wings, because they do have different platforms here that they can, and branching they can kind of hop around on. But they're not very heavy. Birds typically are quite light. They do have hollow bones to assist in flight. They don't have a ton of body mass. Most of them is feathers. There we go. Maybe you guys got a glimpse of the orange feathers underneath on, I believe that is Jade, flying up to have a snack. These guys probably only weigh a couple of pounds.
Awesome. And Dominic would like to know if invasive species are also a threat.
Yes, absolutely. So a problem on a lot of islands, because they're so isolated, is that they don't have a lot of natural predators, but they have been brought over by humans, so like on boats and over the years, for example. So possums, raccoons, different animals like that will definitely eat their eggs and even prey upon an unsuspecting kia themselves. But kias, again, they are pretty smart, so the adults at least can avoid predation somewhat better than their chicks or, of course, the eggs. So that's definitely another threat that kias face in the wild, unfortunately. You see Toa really expertly using that puzzle feeder, just spinning it around to access the food items that are in there. Looks like there's some egg and pellets and different things, seeds. Okay. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this Zoo to You. This Zoo to You on the National Bird Day is brought to you by MIFA on behalf of the U Fund College Investing Plan. Thanks for joining us. I hope you can come see us and our beautiful kias here at Zoo New England Franklin Park Zoo.